I want to make your Friday much better, and you're gonna like the news I'm bringing here today. A week ago, things were pretty complicated. We didn't have a candidate, and until then, there was no talk about the election. In this whole situation with President Bolsonaro, now we have Flavio, and the guy managed to turn things around. The guys, my friends, these people who are destroying our country, trying to turn everyone communist, doing all kinds of terrible things, didn't sleep last night? Are you going to tell me that? But Sandone went there again and signed it off, taking away Carlos Zambelli's mandate. I'll explain everything here, okay? I want to make your Friday better so you can understand what's happening in the political landscape. And I'm stopping by here before I start, in several videos, to talk about this product here, Slim Fair. I lost 18 kilos. I might have lost even more. Now it's been a week and a half since I last weighed myself, in less than 2 months. In 1 month, I lost 10 kilos, and in almost 2 months, now it's already 18 kilos. Sometimes we have that habit, I always do it. Sometimes there's leftover food from the kid, leftover food from the wife, leftover food from the wife, and you go there and finish it. I had already reached 105 kilos, 105 kilos. I'm showing you the images here, they're from a few months ago. And one of our followers here ended up recommending this product to me. I got in touch with the people, and I'm making it available here because I took it. It helped a lot, especially since we have to do all that planning to lose weight. Sometimes it's complicated. The rush of daily life, it helped me a lot. So, are you the one who needs to lose a few pounds to have a better quality of life? Nothing beats Il Inferno and Zenato. I had my own experience, you can see. Look, my expression has changed. Clothes that didn't fit me anymore. I showed the example of the pants that day, guys. Look at this one too. All of them. And these shorts didn't fit either. None of them fit, right? Slim Fever helped a lot. We lose inches pretty quickly, right? Of course, you also need to have a little willpower. But I'm sure all of you who have a goal, right? Will have it too. It was very helpful. You want the chance to have a great product. Just a small, effervescent powder you add to water. Did you eat that greasy meal? You take it, it's really worth it. Honestly, it's an amazing product. It worked for me, and I'm sure it will work for you too. Sometimes we find ourselves in a tough situation, right? We want to lose weight. It's tough, but this product really helps. I call it the natural Monjaro, with no injections or anything like that. Slim Fever will help you lose inches. You will understand the greatness of Jair Bolsonaro. Yes, I'm talking to our friends here from the Batista channel. You're going to say I'm a crazy lunatic, I'm not Cavendish. You put Flavio Bolsonaro. He said, "My father told me, you can approve it this way, I'll pay the price. I want to pay the price. I can handle it." What hurts my heart the most is that these innocent people are being persecuted without their homes and families. I want to see these people free. The one who said this was the political hostage, Jair Messias Bolsonaro, 70 years old president of Brazil. For me, he is the president, the captivity in Brasilia. Before I go through all the news, let's talk about the case of Carla Zambelli. It had been approved, she hadn't lost her mandate, and so on. But I think this decision by Zando this time is going to cost him dearly. Because Hugo Moda might even pretend that nothing happened. Because obviously, besides being who he is, his family is full of lawsuits. He's not reckless enough to challenge, but if he does, we know the risks. But I saw a very strong reaction from many members of parliament here on social media. Because things aren't good with Zando, things aren't good for him. You have to agree with me, they're not. And I think he lost control this time. He lost control this time. Because, again, everything is not just about the mandate. Even taxes. Lula had lost the tax on financial operations issue there. By over 300 votes then, with a stroke of the pen, he brought the tax back, everything goes. It's time to put a stop to it, but then you say, Zando controls everything. Yes, he will. For now, do that. But his reign is ending. Flavio Bolsonaro yesterday struck the right tone at lunch with several members of the Faria Lima elite, the Faria Lima. Little by little, he's already accepting that it won't be Tarcísio. There's no point in him crying, it will be Flavio Bolsonaro. Tarcísio yesterday came out in full support of Flavio Bolsonaro. That's what he has to do. Tarcísio has to be the governor of São Paulo, and Tarcísio, with all due respect, for God's sake. Low. This toll is really expensive, Tarcísio. Sorry to say it, but I have to say it. It's really expensive. I'm from the countryside and often travel to São Paulo. It's tough to pay all these tolls, Tarcísio. We're basically paying a toll every kilometer. It has to be different. We can't take it anymore. We already pay the world's highest vehicle tax. You understand? But that's the topic. It's because there are two things I can't stand in my state: tolls and vehicle tax. I can't stand tolls, vehicle tax, and then property tax, which is theft. It's theft. It's theft. I'll always say it. I'll always say it. Bolsonaro was going to end the vehicle tax right at the beginning of 2019. I'm not making this up. It's not fake news. He was going to end the vehicle tax. I made several videos here, but you all know very well how Bolsonaro turned out, right? He was trying to do that, but then the pandemic happened and everything changed. He had to do what he could and still made the best government this country has ever had. At the lunch with UBS bank businessmen, Flavio Bolsonaro sent 3 important messages. His candidacy is genuine. He'll only withdraw for his father. He'll continue Paulo Guedes' economic agenda, with Tarcísio as a key São Paulo ally. I want to hear what Claudio Dantas said about this and why I like Claudio Dantas. I'll be honest with you. When President Bolsonaro took office, he was opposed to President Bolsonaro. But over time, he realized that President Bolsonaro was an honest and upright person. He's a journalist, but not a journalist like me. I'll tell you here, I'm not someone who sits on the fence. I like President Bolsonaro. I'm very emotional about it. I like him a lot. I express myself in my own way. That's how I report the news. That's my way. Claudio isn't like that. He's more level-headed, right? And he saw that President Bolsonaro wasn't the person he thought he was. And later, as time went by, he regretted it. That's why I like to share Claudio's news, because he's an honest person, unlike that Diogo Minardi, who was part of those things of his. And that's not a problem. I see him doing good journalism. I see it. I'm not going to say that guy is a bad person, because he's not. Look at what he says here. I found this on Instagram, which is why I'm sharing it.
Read now that Flavio Bolsonaro, he had a lunch at the UBS, at the Sistema Único de Saúde UBS, a lunch with businessmen. The Sistema Único de Saúde flight is starting now.
Through Faria Lima, to talk with the agents, with the market players, the main market players. Look, people loved it, right? Because he said everyone wants to listen. Tax reduction, less bureaucracy.
Legal security.
All the necessary reforms to put Brazil back on the path to prosperity, as Paulo Guedes mentioned, right? As your reference in the economic plan, so there's no mistake. By the way, he emphasized and strongly insisted on the issue of tax reduction. I'll tell you, advocating for tax reduction.
Arguing for violence. Watch what he'll say.
Flavio Bolsonaro is not only elected, but will have the highest vote count in this country's history.
See, that's why I'm different from Claudio. That's it. That's it. He's elected. It was a great move, I need to remind you guys, but Shandon will let it go. There won't be an election. If I think that way, I won't work here. Besides, the TSE will make it a different situation and decides many things. It will be Cassio and Andre. Next year it will be Cassio, Andre, and Claudio. It's really good to have you as a journalist, a real journalist, different from those hacks in the mainstream media, right? You know all of them, don't you? With your contacts, it's really good. We get true and reliable information from you. Or, if you forget, that's even better. Forget it. You know exactly what happened. The captain has returned. The captain has returned. Look at this. Flavio Bolsonaro shows up in front of Pelego. Look at this, my friends, my manly Brazil. Look at this. The 11th GERP survey from December 6th to December 10th. Yesterday was the last day to record a historic turnaround by Flavio Bolsonaro. About Pelego Inácio in a second-round scenario. The movement, which happened just a few days later, a week today, after Jair Bolsonaro officially announced his son for the 2026 presidential race repositions the senator as a protagonist. Carried out by the Palácio do Planalto, the impact of the former president's endorsement, correcting here, the West, was immediate. According to the study, Flavio's recognition rate jumped from 73 to 80%, a significant advance for this stage of the pre-campaign. Researchers revealed that the change indicates the transition from a speculative name to a candidate perceived as competitive. The progress was also reflected in the spontaneous recall of voting intention. Flavio went from 0 to 7 in this regard, appearing behind only Lula and Jair Bolsonaro. Analysts see this as an early sign of electoral identity consolidation, especially since the senator wasn't among the electorate's natural mentions before the official announcement. In the prompted first-round scenario, Flavio rose from 17 to 25%, reducing the gap to Lula, who appears with 34. He also distances himself from other conservative figures like Ratinho, Ronaldo, Romeo, Zema, and Pablo Marçal, noting that Ciro Gomes is not conservative. However, the most symbolic data is in the second-round simulation. Flavio Bolsonaro now appears with 42%, 1 percentage point ahead of Inácio, who has 41%. Although there is a technical tie, this is the first time in Guerpe's historical series that one of Bolsonaro's sons surpasses the Partido dos Trabalhadores member numerically. From a technical perspective, this movement reinforces the unification effect of the conservative electorate, which previously would have been spread among different possible candidates. Negative ratings for Lula's administration increased from 49 to 51 for bad or terrible. In this way, I show statistics such as this. Flavinho, cute, has already passed. Pelego Inácio has already passed. Today marks 1 week since the campaign announcing Flavio Bolsonaro's pre-candidacy. Zandão is going to have work to do. Flavio, he himself says, of all of them, he's the most level-headed, you know? The market likes that. Flavio is the oldest. He's the firstborn. Those of us who are firstborns in our families, we know the importance that this symbolism carries. I'm my father's oldest son, the oldest among my siblings. We know we often have to be that support for the younger ones. I'll leave it here in the picture. We know it's been like this since we were kids, right? We who are the oldest children, and Flavio is the oldest of the president's children. Here, 42-41 for Pedro Ignacio. There's all this biblical symbolism, right? It's biblical, my brothers. They've always been there for me, right? A protective figure, since I'm the oldest, right? And that's how Flavio is. This mission was given to him. This mission was given to him, and he is fulfilling it with mastery. Talking here, talking in just 1 week. And there's a lot there. There's a lot of room to grow. There's a lot to happen. It's just... We're just starting the magazine. He's already made a name for himself. A Capolo magazine, in the name of the father, by order of former President Flavio Bolsonaro, enters the race for the Palacio do Planalto, causing uncertainty among allies and further shuffling the opposition's cards. The Green magazine, which is paid for with our taxes. Okay, Lula is handing out money even to these people. He dedicated it to the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, and Brazil. This election campaign is going to be extremely focused on that. In spirituality, this one will be. The other one was too, but this one will be much more intense. It will be a battle of the Christians we are going against. Forces of darkness, yes, totally of darkness. I'm telling you, I'm not joking, it will be Christians. It's like a crusade. Christians against forces of darkness. They are evil, wicked people, you know, who do all kinds of bad things and still try to convince you that they are the best. They are often cynical, deceitful, truly wicked people. But I think there are a lot of people who regret voting for Lula, right? But the number of people who regret it is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I guarantee it to you. Look, every day this man goes to President Bolsonaro's door, hey Leo, every single day. That's what I'd like to see from any congressman. Every day he's standing in front of President Bolsonaro's house. That's the greatest loyalty you can have to someone. It's loyalty. What an example, what an example. If you liked it, share it. I ask you, but hit that like button and come on. It's Friday and we're just starting. What's up?